After sailing to Fatu Hiva, home to the jaw-dropping Bay of Virgins, we crossed paths with David Shee and the Parlay revival crew. We'd heard there was an amazing 200-foot waterfall nearby, but this area is so remote, even Google Maps threw its virtual hands up. There were no guides, just some tips in French from locals that we tried to decipher, and these.
We're walking up. We almost just went that way and continued going, but this right here, I heard about this. The stacked rocks with the moss growing.
Stick around as we set off on an uncharted jungle hike to search for Fatu Hiva's hidden gem.
Good morning. We left the anchorage at 6 o'clock this morning, and today we're sailing 50 nautical miles southeast to Fatu Hiva. Initially, when we looked at predicted wind, it looked like we were going to have a light day of winds around 12 knots from the northeast, which is not super common. That's why we're heading down today. When we first started out, there was no wind, like 4 knots, and then the wind picked up, and we realized it's probably because the island Kiva'oa was blocking the wind. Right now, we've got the main up, screecher out, and we're going about 7 knots. And 10, 11 knots of true wind, so that's awesome. It was really beautiful taking off at sunrise this morning. That golden light on the island, it was just stunning.
So we settled in for a day sail in these epic sailing grounds. A functioning autopilot would have made it even better, but hand steering or foot steering in these conditions is super easy. A huge thank you to our patrons. We are so grateful for your support. If you'd like additional content and real-time updates, consider joining the Harbors Unknown community on Patreon.
There's a huge pot of dolphin right off our starboard bow. I think it means fish.
Fabio decided to take in the fishing line because the last thing we wanted was to hook a dolphin.
Oh, those look like pilot whales, actually. They have a rounded nose.
Pilot whales are part of the dolphin family, but have a rounded face instead of a bottle nose. They are highly social and live in groups with up to thousands of individuals. It was incredible to see such a large pod.
What's going on, Fab?
Oh, great. We're almost there, 5 nautical miles away. The apparent wind is about 50. We're going 7 knots with a wind speed of 10. Things are looking good.
I heard a rumor there may be a race going on.
Oh, somebody's behind us. Yeah, I don't know if it's a race.
Only if we win, huh?
Only if we win was a race. No. No, he started behind. He started after us. I don't know if he used motor or not, but he's going pretty fast. He's doing 6.7. So it's fast.
I was so excited to see the anchorage, as the Bay of Virgins is known to be the most beautiful in all of the Marquesas.
All of the islands in the Marquesas are just so beautiful when you arrive. Just the towering cliffs are incredible, so impressive. And then the way the sunlight glints on the peaks through the clouds, amazing. What's up there, Yoda? What's up there? It's a bird. We got a hitchhiker. What are you doing up there? Oh my God.
You could have poked an eye out.
Seriously, he's like, he could have landed on your head.
I know.
And he's not moving.
No.
Oh my God. Looks like there's a bird on your head. Just kidding. He's hitching a ride. What are you doing there, mister? Yoda, do we have a hitchhiker? Do we? Is there a hitchhiker on board? Yes.
We could see a number of boats in the anchorage and what looked like a cruise ship as well. In preparation to drop the main, Fabio pulled the boom to the center and tightened the tapping lift. I steered the boat into the wind and we dropped the mainsail.
Nice job, Christian.
If you're enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up, leave us a comment down below, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. I'm always a bit anxious when entering an anchorage we haven't been before. This one was particularly tricky because the steep slopes continued down into the water, so the depths quickly reached 100 feet, which is definitely too deep for anchoring. So all of the boats position themselves relatively close to the shoreline.
In front of the boat there is this shallower water. Here we're like 53 foot on, and we're gonna be close to that slopes. I think it's better. What do you have with that?
19.
Perfect. I think we should have gone further in a little bit.
Okay, so let's do that. Yep.
Dad,
15-8.
stop!
Fabio dropped the anchor once again, and once we had enough chain out, started to hook the bridle.
What's going on here?
This piece of metal came off from the...
Oh, from the line.
Yeah. Oh, it's something.
Oh yeah, huh? Totally off.
Yeah.
The metal piece acts as a guard to prevent the bridle line from chafing. We had to address this issue quickly because without the bridle, the whole boat was pulling on the chain and it could potentially damage the windlass. Thankfully, there wasn't much wind or current, so the boat was relatively stable.
It's totally mangled, so it's impossible to put it back in there. So we just have to do without it for now.
Okay.
Fabio continued dropping the anchor and...
Ah, my goodness, it took us like an hour and a half to get anchored. But it looks like we're holding now, and hopefully we will continue to hold, and so we can just settle in. The first spot, we went up front and it was just rock, so the anchor was dragging. Then we tried to go a little bit further back, but we just became too close to some of the boats. We went on the other side, there was really no room, so we came back over here. Woo! Good Lord. It's a bit challenging, but finally it dawned on me in the book what it was talking about to line up these two pillars, and I think we ended up doing that by accident.
We settled in and stared in awe at our new backyard. The next morning, I awoke to a strange sound coming from above. I looked up into the cliffs and saw what appeared to be goats. I launched the drone to get a closer look. Sure enough, there was a herd of goats frolicking on the basalt peak. I could not get over the beauty of Hanahave Bay. The pillars are thought to have been created by a hot or cold mixture of water and rock fragments that flowed down the slopes after a volcanic eruption. The overcast sky gave the anchorage an ethereal feeling, and we couldn't wait to explore this magical island.
We're going on a hike to a waterfall that's, I think, 200 feet high. And Fabio ended up staying on the boat because we had super hard time anchoring yesterday, like we said. And actually our anchor radius shows us that we could potentially hit the wall, but there's really nowhere else to anchor. So Fabio decided to stay on the boat, and then he'll go on a hike tomorrow with some other folks. So crazy. We ran into David Shee. He's on Parlay Revival, and they just got in yesterday. And so they invited me to go, invited us to go on the hike with them today, which is super cool.
All right, so one of the coolest things about boat life is you roll up in an anchorage like we were yesterday. I was taking a nap, and then I hear some people like, oh, there's a catamaran behind us, Wanderlust. I'm like, I know Wanderlust. They're my friends. I was just watching their Facebook posts. And they rolled up behind us. We got to hang out yesterday night. It's so cool. Like, you get to catch up with old friends wherever you go. I think every anchorage you go to, you like run into somebody.
For sure.
Right?
Actually, we have run into somebody that we know in every anchorage.
Really?
Yeah. The guys from the channel Red Seas were anchored right behind us.
Oh, awesome.
Delos.
Oh, Delos was up there.
They were anchored right next to us.
How fun is that?
Yeah, it's awesome.
These are all people that they're thousands and thousands of miles away. You watch them online, and then boom, they're like next to you. Like, hey, what's up? And now we're on a hike together to find the elusive secret waterfall. Cascal? Yeah, Cascal.
Merci.
You guys have most likely heard of them, but if not, check out their channels after this video.
These are the pamplemousse that we had on board. They're just growing everywhere here. I was just talking to Colin, and he made a point. He was like, you guys sailed 4,000 miles to come see this waterfall. And when you put it like that, it's pretty funny that we would sail 4,000 miles to see a waterfall. But it's not just that, right? It's about experiencing new places and going on the adventure, right? And traveling to places on your own and experiencing new cultures, really getting out of your comfort zone. Because it's those things, experiencing the new and different, that really keeps us on our toes.
We continued walking uphill, admiring the beauty of this lush landscape.
Oh my God, I'm out of breath. Yes, just a little out of shape. So sweet. He's offering.
Huh?
He's like, that's not the kind I like.
Cascal?
We had been told by fellow cruisers to turn left at this sign, so we knew we were on the right track.
It is so nice to be in an island where you can go for a hike. That's amazing. We haven't really had much luck with places that have good access to shore or any trails or anything. So this is awesome.
It's the first time I've hung out with other creators while exploring. It was making me look at things from different perspectives and probably observing even more about my surroundings. And also making me play catch up, as I was probably filming too much B-roll per usual.
This will be a little tricky. I'm gonna try going on the rocks. All right, we made it across safely. Wasn't really a big deal.
All right, we're walking up. We almost just went that way and continued going. But this right here, I heard about this. The stacked rocks with the moss growing, that's where you turn and go up this way.
So we followed the path into the jungle, now beginning the real part of the hike. Walking down this half-overgrown path, I felt a sense of wonder for what I might find, of admiration for the trees encased in vines still growing towards the light, stepping over moss-covered stones, taking care not to slip.
getting a little tricky.
Oh, cool. Another one of these. That means we're on the trail, I guess. Some kind person left those for us.
I saw that.
Okay.
A few weeks after doing this hike, we learned that an older woman in a group hike slipped here, fell down the side of the hill, hit her head, and died. It's crazy how quickly tragedies can happen.
So we're almost there. I can hear them laughing up there. They wouldn't be laughing unless they found water.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. This was definitely worth it. And when I say we didn't sail 4,000 nautical miles to come to a waterfall, in a way we did. David's got the drone going. It's
Oh yeah, drone time.
I had never seen a waterfall this high before, and swimming beneath its falling water in such a pristine environment with new friends and no one else around felt like an incredibly rare privilege. If only Fabio were here to enjoy it as well.
Colin's up there. He's gonna jump in. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I think I found a good seat. Yep. No. I got hit by something and I looked down. Stop it. That's the first half, but I didn't get Wow. Oh my gosh. That was awesome. Now the girls are making their way up. Woo! 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 All right. I definitely don't have as much you know what, isn't it, guys? I'm not going up there. Kristen, you going up? No way. Oh shit. Yeah, there's literally like a, oh my gosh, I'm cold. Getting it. And then there's two spots where this is awesome. We have like different views than going up, but it's definitely more challenging because it's super slippery. Ooh. This is incredible. I have never been anywhere this beautiful before. Look at this view. It is just like Jurassic. That was absolutely awesome. The waterfall was so beautiful, as you guys saw, and it was really cool that the whole crew on Parlay Revival, like everybody was just so nice, and it was a lot of fun. It's really cool finally really getting to experience the sailing community. Like in this anchorage, we know a couple of other boats and then now Parlay, and so it's fun. You start to make friends, and it really is nice because being so far away from friends and family, I don't think it would be as much fun if you're just on your own all the time.
It wasn't easy to get here, but it was definitely worth it. Watch this playlist to see how we prepared Wanderlust for an ocean crossing and to experience the Pacific Passage with us.